beginning of chapter 6 of Genesis. It says, when men began to multiply on the face of the ground, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were fair, and they took to wife such of them as they chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit shall not abide in man forever, for he is flesh, but his days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men that were of old, the men of renown. So that's chapter 6, verses 1 to 4. But I'll just go on to the next verses so it gives context. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man whom I have created from the face of the ground, man and beast, and creeping things and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favour in the eyes of the Lord. And so we have then Noah introduced, and it goes on to talk about the building of the ark and the flood. So the big question is it, as I was always taught, not that there was much teaching on this, that man over the face of the earth is wicked, as God says, and for that reason God calls brings about the worldwide flood to drown all the human race, except for Noah and his wife and their sons and their wives. But then there's this question of, what are these sons of God and daughters of men? Well, there's a classic Catholic position. It's that the daughters of men are the progeny from the line of Cain. Cain who killed Abel and then went off. The sons of God are the line of Seth. Seth, who was the further child that Adam and Eve had after the murder of Abel by Cain. And so that's a righteous line. And that line, being righteous, is called the sons of God. But they now, because it seemed there was some separation between these groups, but the sons of Seth the descendants of Seth make this decision. They're attracted to the daughters of the line of Cain, and they marry and produce children, and these children are the mighty men that were of old, the men of renown. They are the progeny of the sons of the descendants of Seth and the daughters of the descendants of Cain. That's been a classic one since, say, the 4th or 5th century in the Catholic Church. But it's not by any means the only teaching of the Church Fathers. In fact, I've got a set of books of commentary on most of the verses of the Bible by the Church Fathers, little extracts of them. And several Church Fathers speak about this being fallen angels. And I'd say this, that if it's the first scenario that I described, that would be odd. Because although the sons of Seth may well be righteous, and the daughters of men, that is the line of Cain, may well be wicked, they're still both human. So a wicked human female and a righteous human male are still going to produce a physically and mentally ordinary human being. So I find it hard to see this as purely a case of the sons of Seth and the daughters of the line of Cain. So when the Church Fathers that say, these daughters of men are human females, normal human females, but the sons of God are something else. They're these fallen angels. That seems to be more likely. However odd it leads to as a conclusion, because when we say, hold on a minute, let me just finish my thoughts. when the sons of God saw the daughters of men were fair, and they took to wife such of them as they chose. Why would you speak of the daughters of men and the sons of God? Why wouldn't you say daughters of men and sons of other men, or sons of righteous men, if it is as the more prevailing view has been since, say, the time of Augustine? I can't remember if it's Augustine specifically. So I tend to subscribe to this view that these are fallen angels.